Hi, and you're very welcome to Nighttime with Odin McGee. A couple of little surprises for you tonight, but we'll talk about them later on. How is everybody? How has your week been? It's been a short week because we broadcasted on Tuesday last week, and we're here on Monday night tonight. But this is our new location. We are going to stay on Monday nights, any Monday night, 7:30, onto YouTube. Like and subscribe. If you get to subscribe, it's going to pop up automatically for you. So it'll be straight away there. So I think we'll mosey on into it, and we'll cover some of the news topics that we've had in the last couple of days. Something that came up and something that somebody told me is that 1/3 of all Americans sleep with a cuddly toy. I mean, come on, a cuddly toy? Seriously? So that means that I don't sleep with a cuddly toy. You, sir, you don't sleep with a cuddly toy. So that means, yeah, I just like that idea of walking down the street, and it's kind of like you're looking at people and you're wondering, what is it that they do? I mean, is there something that they do is just a little bit out there, a little bit different? Cuddly toys for me really tops it. Something else in the news that I saw today is that Bojangles, y'all know Bojangles, a fantastic, I don't know, what we call it, fast food joint? Yeah? No? Can we get, yeah? I think we call it a fast food joint. They are now doing an offer that they will give you $10 if you go and you buy one of their family boxes, like the box full of chicken and whatever's in it. Now, that's just to get people out on the road because, as we all know, the gas prices are gone up, the diesel prices are gone up. Can I get, oh, yeah, yeah. We have to wake up the audience. They'll be there in a few minutes. But so gas prices are gone up, diesel prices are gone up. Bojangles have decided to give people $10 so they can get to the restaurants. Now, I was thinking, if you live a few miles away, $10 isn't going to really cut it. But if you had 4 people in the family, you see where I'm going with this? If you had 4 people in the family and all 4 of y'all get a box set, or a box, the big pieces, the 24-piece, whatever it is, that's $40. That's going to add up. Like, that's worth your while to go to Bojangles. Now, I mean, you might have to roll out after it, but that's a lot of food. But moving on from that, with the rolling out after eating a full 24-piece chicken thing on your own, it's come up that 1/4 of Americans are not as active as they should be. So you've got fast food joints that want you to take as much food as possible, and then you've got the scientists saying to you, you're not doing enough. You need to get a little bit more active. I'm like, come on, people, seriously. But back home in Ireland, because obviously we've got Irish people watching tonight. Hello, how are y'all? G'day, Fáilte Road, G'day. So that's Irish, by the way. Yeah, they're a little bit. That's bad Irish, by the way. Anyway, yeah. Back home, Bono has been given out because Bono. He's a big star of U2. He's been given out because he can't live with anybody or without them. Ha ha ha. Yeah, but actually, I think it was a little bit of sad news back home. The president of Ireland, his dog passed away. So that's never a good thing. So, I know, he had a lovely dog. But I believe he's got another one coming back, and he's going to be getting another puppy. But yeah, anyway, I think it's time for us to move on with the show. So we'll be back to you a couple of minutes right after this commercial break.
How's it going? My name is Shane Dowler. I, along with Sarah Dowler, own the local Uptown, formerly the Uptown Lounge. We've had it for 14 years, and welcome in. We like to provide a great service, great food. Biggest thing we can give you is that knowing that we care. We're known for our burgers, of course, local burgers, local meat that we patty ourselves. It's going to be Orchard View, local chicken, local bacon, all that comes from Orchard View out of Piedmont. Basically everything we do here is 90% made to order. So yeah, I'm Shane. Look forward to seeing you at the local Uptown.
Fitzgerald with Lockbar Photo. We've been capturing moments through a lens all around the world for the last 25 years. We photograph weddings, graduation, engagement, baptism, senior pictures, birthday shoots, concerts, sporting events, and any other special occasion you want to capture. So if you have any upcoming events in the surrounding areas, please give Lockbar Photo a call. Or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Hope to click you soon.
Heard that a couple of times. So, Brett, you are the founder, owner of Decked Out John Boats?
Founder, owner, creator,
Everything.
you name it. I wear a lot of hats.
You wear a lot of hats, and they all have Decked Out John Boats on them as well.
Right.
So, okay, little bit of background. You're in your younger days, a lot of fishing, a lot of
Any chance that I got.
finting.
Any kind of fishing, but especially bass fishing, really. That's where my heart lied. And anytime I wet a hook, that's where I was going.
Okay. What lakes were the big lakes? I know we have Hartwell here, but
Well, I grew up in Alabama. We fished the Coosa River chain a lot. Lay, Logan Martin, all the lakes out there. Moved to Georgia when I was about 8, so Lakeland here and Hartwell, of course. But when I was a teenager and got my first truck, I got a little John boat.
so okay, John Boats. What is a John Boat?
So, never found the official terminology
okay.
or where the name came from, but most of the time it's a flat bottom aluminum boat.
Okay. So it's lighter, a little bit lighter than the fiberglass.
Yeah, a lot of times it's something you can throw in the back of the truck.
So you could manhandle it on your own. You could get okay.
But you know, I've got an 1860 Express now, so it's 18 foot long, and we're not throwing it in the back of the truck.
You're not going doing that on your own. So I believe as well that you use electric motors.
That's right. What I do is really specific. In Georgia, we have a lot of lakes that are built for drinking water. That first boat, I tried to turn it into a bass boat, and I used 3/4-inch plywood and 2x4s, which everybody knows is really heavy, especially for a 12-foot, 36-inch wide boat. But I put electric motors on it, and I started fishing a lake across the road from the house.
Okay.
I kept bumping into a guy, and he was like, "Hey, there's bass tournaments on these lakes." I had no idea. So started fishing. I went to a bass tournament. I actually went to the wrong boat ramp.
Oh, no.
So I met the guys out on the lake. They were like, "Hey, you could still get in the tournament." You know, as a teenager, I was like, "Well, let me just fish and see how I would have done." Of course, I would have won the tournament and had big fish, and from then on, I was hooked.
So that kind of hooked, yeah. So that kind of got you into it. And you were like, okay, well, if I was practicing and I could do it, maybe in a tournament I could do it. So when did you win your first tournament?
I think I won that year. I actually won it with one fish.
Oh, wow.
It was one big fish. Another boat had 3 fish. It was on a very tough lake.
Okay.
But I had like a 6.5 pounder, and their 2 fish didn't weigh as much as my one.
Okay. So, how often would you kind of compete during a year? Is there a season, or is
Well, so in Georgia, you can pretty much fish one of these electric-only bass tournaments any weekend of the year. They pretty much run year round. The club that I fish in, I fish every 2 weeks from February to October.
You want to mention that club?
High Voltage Bass Anglers, you can look them up on Facebook.
Okay.
I do the weigh-ins live on my, or not live, but I do the weigh-ins on my YouTube channel,
You
Decked Out
record it.
John Boat.
Mhm. So you record it and then we can watch it back. Now
Correct.
you have the YouTube channel, the Decked Out John Boat YouTube channel, and you give people a lot of information about what they
About-
can do with their John boats.
Yeah, about boats, bass fishing, anything that you can think of fishing related.
Yeah. Okay. So the question I often ask you quite a few times now. I'm going to come clean, and I'm going to let you all know that Brett is actually my brother-in-law, so his younger sister is my wife. But I asked Brett quite a few times, where's the best place to catch fish? And he'll always tell me just here, just right in the side of the mountain is the best place to get them.
Or in the water.
Or in the water,
Yeah.
or off a pier, or. But I think you get that from your dad as well. He kind of tells us that. But so, do you actually explain people and help them out and kind of give them the little tips and all the tricks? And
Well, I'm about to start doing all that. There's been a lot of showing the electric only game in Georgia. Been working on my garage, so I have a studio to show people how to fix up their boats. Of course, my Facebook group is a big thing.
Okay.
I've got over 51,000 people in there.
Oh,
So
wow.
anything that you want to know about how to fix your boat or fix your boat up, my Facebook group is definitely a great place to do that.
Perfect. And we will talk about your Facebook group, and we'll talk more in about 30 seconds. We'll be right back after these breaks. Still here with us. He's telling us all about Decked Out John Boats. That's his boating, fishing, everything. It's kind of you got to explain it to me exactly what Decked Out John Boats is.
So the idea for Decked Out John Boats is when I built that first boat, there was no internet, there was no information on how to do it. So I really just made it up as I went. So I started Decked Out John Boats to help people fix up their boats or fix their boats, because a lot of people don't turn wrenches and stuff like, I grew up doing.
Yep.
So as that evolved, I got my boat kind of put together. I decked it out in wood. I started fishing, showing people the fishing side of it. I love to share my passion, and fishing, especially bass fishing, has always been my passion. It is my outlet for competition now.
Yep.
Grew up as a baseball player, and as you age out of that, you need something else to apply that
You
with.
definitely do. You definitely do. So the next generation, how could somebody get in contact with you? Is it on Facebook, primarily on Facebook, or is it your what have you got? You've got Facebook.
I got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Pretty much that's the best ways to reach out and get a hold of me, or deckedoutjohnboats@gmail.com.
All right, okay. So you have no excuses now. You have all the ways to get in contact with Brett, and I assure you he will give you lots of information of any questions that are asked. You'll try your best to answer the questions. So what's next? What is the next big
So
step for
I,
Connected John Boats?
I mean, personally, I am a Team Torpedo dealer. I am on the Team Torpedo fishing team. I run a Torpedo 10.0. My boat is about to be all lithium battery powered.
Okay.
With Dakota Lithiums. I won the Electric Elite Classic last year. Won almost $7,000 in electric only tournament.
That is fantastic, folks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now I got to ask, when are you bringing me fishing?
Whenever I can fit you in when I'm not in a tournament.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be much point in me. I mean, you know me as a European fisherman with pike and all that kind of stuff. It took a while to learn how to get into the bass fishing. But anyway, so Brett, thank you very much for coming here today, and thanks for being a part of us, and thanks for showing everything that you have. And we're going to be right back after these messages.
Photo. We've been capturing moments through a lens all around the world for the last 25 years. We photograph weddings, graduation, engagement, baptism, senior pictures, birthday shoots, concerts, sporting events, and any other special occasion you want to capture. So if you have any upcoming events in the surrounding areas, please give Locklar Photo a call, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Hope to click you soon.
How's it going? My name is Shane Dowler. I, along with Sarah Dowler, own the local Uptown, formerly the Uptown Lounge. We've had it for 14 years, and welcome in. We like to provide a great service, great food. Biggest thing we can give you is that knowing that we care. We're known for our burgers, of course, local burgers, local meat that we patty ourselves. It's going to be Orchard View, local chicken, local bacon, all that comes from Orchard View out of Piedmont. Basically everything we do here is 90% made to order. So yeah, I'm Shane. Look forward to seeing you at the local Uptown.
Welcome back to Nighttime with Odra McGee. Yep, sorry about that. We had a little bit of an issue at the minute, but yep, we'll move swiftly on. Brett, you're going to give me some. You're going to give me some little fishing. What do I need to use this time of year? Where are we? We're coming up at the end of April.
So
what's working?
Fish are definitely going to be moving shallow. You're going to have the bass spawn going on, the shad spawn going on. The crappie are probably still up there. Okay. Definitely a good time to take a kid out fishing.
Yeah, okay.
A lot easier than during the summertime.
So where should it be? In close to the bank or definitely, out on a point? Or
definitely up close to the bank.
And what should they be using? Don't say a fishing rod.
It just depends on the weather. If the wind is blowing really hard, you're gonna have to use a moving bait so you can stay in contact with it. A spinner bait, a swim bait, something like that. If it's the wind is laid down, you can drag something on the bottom, and of course, put on polarized sunglasses and get up there and see if you can see them.
Oh, okay. So I have a little story about that. A friend of mine gave me a pair of polarized glasses about 6 or 7 months ago. It opens up everything. I mean, I used to be looking into the water and be like, yep, that's water I can see, and now you can see the little fish swimming, or the big fish.
Exactly, all the rocks, all the logs, everything.
So now I've seen the little kind of jellied little kind of worms, the little kind of. Am I calling them right? Are they jellies or are they? Yeah, I'm showing up my knowledge here. This is good. The little jellies. That's what we. What are they really called?
Well, if I knew what you were talking about, maybe I could narrow it
Maybe the
down.
plastics. Is that the right word? The little
Yeah, there's all kinds of plastic.
yeah,
baits.
spot the newbie. There you go. They look like worms. They look like kind of flappy things.
Plastic.
Plastic worms.
A flappy.
Flappies. Yeah. So my terminology is absolutely fantastic when it comes to the flappy things.
You should just go through your tackle box. I'm sure you got all kinds of interesting
Yeah,
explanations of what things are.
I like to think that the fishing store, the tackle shop, I like to think that they've succeeded in catching the fisherman, whether he's going to
That's
catch
right.
the fish. Yeah, there has been some interesting items that have been purchased. They look interesting. We'll just say that. But they've caught fish. Have you got your favorite bait? Have you got
Well,
something?
so one thing about bass fishing is I always think about it as building blocks. The more you learn, the better you are at applying it. You're making adjustments for the conditions, making adjustment for the seasonal patterns. A lot of people think of a golf course. Well, if you put the ball in the morning, it may go one way, but after the sun goes across and the grass lays over a different way, it'll go a different way in the afternoon. Fishing's a lot like that.
So would you recommend fishing the same lake, getting to know your spots, getting to know the little honey holes, or would you recommend like fishing lots of different areas, try different lakes, try to get the feel of different lakes?
Definitely watch tournament videos and stuff like that. Learn from the people that actually know something. They're not trying to just sell you lures.
Yeah. So that's where we come back to the Decked Out John Boat YouTube page. So you have a few different guests on every now and again, or is it?
Yeah, I've done interviews. I've been personally and Decked Out John Boats have been featured in a Wired to Fish article. Georgia Big Sticks has done an article on me.
Okay.
I've had numerous guests on my YouTube channel.
So when is your next competition?
2 weeks
2 weeks time in Georgia or here in South Carolina?
in Georgia. All the tournaments I fish are in Georgia. I fish basically from Tennessee all the way down to Macon.
Okay. So it's a wide enough kind of it's a whole state.
Yeah, pretty close.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for coming into us, and we hope you had fun.
I appreciate y'all having me.
And thanks for all the information you've given us. And if you want to give me some under the table fishing information, that's fine, and I won't tell anybody else, and we'll keep it our
It's a
secret.
little easier to give you specific about a day than it is to give a very broad tip.
Okay, and keep catching the fish here and in the water. Alrighty. Well, thanks very much to Brett Cummings for coming into us, and we will be right back after these messages.
All right, good to see you, sir.
Nighttime with Odrin McGee. Oh, I kind of let it slip there. What we're going to rename, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Anyway, it is time to talk about one of the local being the prime word here. We've got one of our local establishments here in Anderson, South Carolina. The local Uptown. They've been here for quite a few years now, and we can definitely recommend it if you're going for a meal with your loved one or friends or significant other. They've got, I've been told they have some of the most fantastic burgers in Anderson. Now, anytime I've gone up there, I've gone for the fish and chips. You know, I like fish and chips. We go with that, and that is fantastic as well. But I've been told, go up there, get yourself one of the burgers. They do fantastic burgers. They do the fries, or if you're listening back in Ireland, it's chips. And if you're listening in America, it's not chips, it's fries. And we've had this conversation before about things I say very wrongly. But yeah, head up to the local here in Anderson. It's just off McDuffie Street. They also have the local out near Sadler's Creek. I've been out there many times. The burgers out there are fantastic. The food out there is fantastic. The atmosphere is fantastic. The bartenders are fantastic. The waitresses are fantastic. I can't say enough about it. So you've got the local uptown and you've got the local out on Lake Hartwell. If you're looking for somewhere to go with any of your friends for any reason whatsoever, head on over. I believe they have some craft beers as well. And that pretty much is the place to be, is the local in Anderson, South Carolina. So, are we going on to the next guest, or certainly, yes, we are. So, will you please put your hands together and welcome onto our show, Mr. Cody Millinox. I see you brought your fan club here tonight.
Apparently.
You didn't even know they were coming.
They need to come to the rodeo. That way, you know, they get the crowd pumped up a little more.
Sounds good to me. So, judging by how you're dressed, you don't just go to rodeos and just kind of stand in the crowd. You do something pretty special. You get in.
Yes, sir.
Tell me in your own words what exactly you do.
I fight bulls, you know.
Hold on, whoa. No, we're just going to bring that back. You fight bulls.
Yes, sir.
Bulls. They're the big 2,000-pound animals
Every bit
with
of it.
the horns, and they want to hurt you.
They're not really out to hurt you, you know. They're just kind of more or less scared, and if you're in their way, they're going to get you out of their way, you know.
Okay, so they go through you.
Right. I mean, now there is some that's very aggressive, you know. You got the Mexican fighting bulls. They're very aggressive. They're bred for that, and they ask me all the time, Cody, you gonna go to some of these UBFs and BFOs and stuff? And I'm like, no, I'll stick to my cowboy protection, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like the military, you know. The people that join the military, they're risking their life to protect others, and that's kind of what I do as a bullfighter. I risk my life and put my life on the line to protect them and make sure that they are able to ride another day, you know. And
I've seen you in action. You were in Clemson up here at the T. Ed Garrison Arena.
Yes,
I think that was in March. I think it was, or was it in February or March? It was around.
somewhere around there. Yes.
And I've seen you in action. Now, folks, I got to tell you, these guys, they're watching the bull riders, and they're going to get into the arena. And when the bullfighter comes off the bull, these guys just run towards the bull. Now, tell me this, like, I got to know this. When you tap them on the head, when you tap the bulls now, not the riders, when you tap the bull on the head, are you getting, like, is that just for fun?
Not really, you know. You kind of want to get his attention. You really want to get hands-on with him. Like, if I just come up and I start talking behind you, you're not going to pay attention to me. That's kind of how they are, you know. You got to get hands-on with them, you know. Somebody won't listen or something, you kind of get rough with them, you know. Hey, look, I'm trying to talk to you, you know. So you run up there, you grab the bull by the head or whatever, and you get a hold to him, and you're hollering at him and stuff. More likely he's going to pick his head up and come with you instead of trying to continue to run over the rider.
Okay.
So that's why we grab their heads and stuff. You know, there's a bunch of us, you know, we kind of joke around and play around and stuff. And some of us will take a knee and grab them, you know, just you get cool pictures and stuff like that. You try not to showboat a whole lot, because if you showboat, then you're not protecting the rider as you see what I'm saying.
I know, I got you. So you keep your mind in the game, but at the same time, you have a little bit of fun while you're doing it.
Yes, sir. You gotta. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know, you gotta have a heart for it, just like he was with the fishing and stuff. You know, he grew a heart when he went out there and could have won the deal, but he didn't. You know, so he didn't enter the tournament. So you know, it was
the big thing that everybody's asking out there is, what happened in your mind that was kind of like, I want to do this? Like where did it start? How did it all start out for you?
As a kid, you know, I think I was probably about 5 or 6. You know, my dad and my stepmother, my dad was going to try to keep us out of it for a little bit and kind of see where we went in life. And then when he met my stepmother, they kind of brought us in there because my brother, Clayton Childers and Bryce, they was kind of riding sheep and stuff. And then we just kind of got into it.
Riding sheep?
Yes. It's called mutton busting.
So you got little kids that jump on a sheep and pretty
Yes.
much bull ride with the sheep.
My 3-year-old son does it.
3-year-old son.
Yes. He loves it.
Alrighty, I tell you what. Stay there. We gotta talk more to you, and you're gonna want to hear more of his stories. Just some gruesome stuff coming up. Anyway, we will be right back after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to Nighttime with Odrin McGee. I still have Cody Mullenlox here with me, the bullfighter from the local rodeos here. He's been at all the local rodeos lately. Cody, before we took our little break there, we were talking about mutton busting with the little kids, and the little 3-year-old, your son,
Yes.
doing a bit of mutton busting. Progress on from there.
Well, you see, that's where it all starts. You know, you start out if you start out at a young age. You start out in the mutton bustings, and then you move up to the calf riding, and then the steer riding, and then you start into the junior bull riding, then you get into the open, and then you just keep working your way up. It's just like anywhere else you go. You know, like racing or whatever. You got your classes to where you move on up and everything.
So what got you from riding the bulls? I mean, obviously you used to ride the bulls, to jumping in front of them. I mean, what was it that, did you just want to help out your friends, or?
My son, you know,
Okay.
I was riding bulls for a good bit, and then when I had him, you know, it kind of changed the aspects of life.
Yeah.
So I kind of let my head overpower my heart for a little bit about getting hurt. What would you do if you got hurt? You couldn't work and all this. So I just kind of let that happen. And then my brother come in town, not last year sometime,
Yeah.
and he asked me, he said, "Bro, you want to enter a protection match in Ohio?" And I'm like, "Let's do it."
Why not?
So that's what happened right there. You know, I did fight bulls a little bit and help out and all that, but it really kicked off there and started. And our next protection match after it, we was in Crockett, Texas, and we was very pumped about it and everything. And we ended up winning the deal, you know. And then my parents called me and gave me the news that my grandfather passed away. So I should have brought the buckle, you know, and just let everybody see. But I got it hanging on the wall with a picture of him. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But that really fired up the game, you know. It's like,
It got it going. So it's obviously a dangerous sport, pastime. Sport. It is. No, it's a sport. It is a sport.
yes.
Have you been injured?
About 3 weeks ago, I got injured pretty good, you know. The old bull put me in the hospital.
Yeah.
I stepped in to make a couple rounds with the bull, and on my first round, the gate man, I guess he wasn't paying attention or whatever. He didn't see me, and I run into the end of the gate, and he plowed me into the
He
gate.
came up behind you, didn't he?
Yes, sir. But then I was in
Yeah.
between his horns, and then I never hit the ground. I landed on my feet, and I was running to the bucking chutes, and when I jumped, he slung his head.
And one of those horns went somewhere.
It went somewhere. It went
Yeah.
about 1 centimeter away from puncturing my colon. So
Yeah.
it was pretty rough. The doctor said,
Yeah. Ah. So it kind of gave you another entry, didn't it?
"Oh yeah, it made its own entry, you know, but it's kind of healed back up now." And everybody was like, "Cody, you gonna stop now?" And I'm like, "No," I said, "That's just a minor setback for a major comeback. You know, I'm trying to get to where Cody Webster and Dusty Tuckness and all them are at the PRCA, and trying to get to the National Finals Rodeo. You know, that's a dream. You know, that's,
So it's not from what you've told me, and it's hard to get into it. It's hard to but once you're in it, you're in it. Now you're looking for sponsors as well, aren't you? You're hoping to get some sponsors. So if somebody wanted to sponsor you, they've heard your story and they want to help you out as best they can, how are they going to get in touch? How are they going to get to sponsor
you can look me up on Facebook at Cody Mullinax, and then me and my brother, we have our own Facebook page. It's CC Cowboy Protectors.
CC Cowboy Protectors.
Yes,
Okay.
And then we have a web page as well, and it's the same as CC Cowboy Protectors.
So if anybody wants to help you all out, if they want to sponsor you, if they want to help you buy some gear, help you buy some kit, help you to travel to these venues, they can help you out there and they can sponsor you there. So folks, definitely, it's a great cause. Definitely help out Cody and his brother. And thank you very much, Cody.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we will be right back after these couple of messages. Welcome back to Nighttime with Odin McGee. Now, so time for the real comedy, the real comedian. Will you please put your hands together for absolutely nobody yet? Because I'm just being told in my ear just not to do anything. But no, the little voice is gone. The voices in my head have now left. So will you please put your hands together for the fantastic, the amazing, the incredibly funny, I'm bigging him up as much as I can, Mr. David Zaslav.
Comedy. Thanks. Good to be here. Thank you very much. Came here really to talk about love, because in my life I've discovered that that's the most important thing. And there was a time in my life I didn't know that. And then people told me, you've got to learn to love yourself before he can love somebody else. And I thought, oh boy, that could take forever. So I cheated, and I tried loving somebody else before I loved myself. I wound up hating both of us. But then I met someone who said, David, you can hate yourself, I don't care. I'm going to love you no matter what. Whoa, her loving me. It gave me the courage I needed to hate myself in front of her. And that felt great. So we got married. Marriage taught me the importance of divorce. I didn't know you could get divorced. I never heard that word in my family. My parents had a good Jewish marriage. They were married 61 years. 61 years. Amazing. In my family, you did not get divorced. You stay together and suffer. The woman I married was not Jewish. She didn't know about suffering. So I taught her. She didn't like it. But she taught me, if you didn't like someone, you did not have to stay with them forever. Oh, once I learned that, made my second marriage go a lot faster. Then I was single for a while. And you know, when you're single and you go on your date with somebody, your first date, and it feels really great, and then 6 months later, it's not so great. You start seeing stuff you wish you knew on the first date, there wouldn't have been a second date. So I wrote a first date questionnaire. All right. These are questions you could ask on your first date to find out sooner what you're going to find out later. First question. Is Barbara your real name? Do you have any warrants? Oh, how many? For what? Did you really do that? Do you still talk to your last lover? Why? Do you owe your last lover money? How much? Do they expect you to pay them back? Do you intend to pay them back? Why not? How many of your friends would loan you money? How come you don't have any friends? Do your parents still send you money? How much? Why do you need so much money? Do you have a copy of your credit report? Can I see it? Why not? Is your herpes in remission? Do you know who gave you herpes? Why not? Thank you for answering these questions. Based on what you've said, goodbye. Thank you very much.
David Zaslow, folks. David, come join us. Come have a seat. Come have a conversation with us. Sit down there and rest your weary bones.
Oh, so weary.
So weary, so weary.
Oh, getting closer to you, I see.
Yeah. Hello, darling.
Oh, sweetie.
How are you?
Sweetie.
I don't have.
I love your tattoos.
You love my tattoos. Yeah, I am a bit of a painted man.
Uh-huh.
Not as much as some, but I can work on that. Hopefully, I'll be getting more. David.
Yes.
I believe you have a very interesting life that you wish to talk. Not just about the comedy, but you have. I mean, I've got so much stuff written down here. It's ridiculous.
What do you got?
And, well, we've got. Do you reckon that one? Might, no, we can't talk about.
I need
no,
my
no,
glasses.
we don't need
don't
that
do
one.
That. Don't do that.
And I can't read my writing, so it's it's okay.
Well,
with
that's
that.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Where'd you
no,
get
we
that?
can't talk about that one, not in public anyway. But no, David, tell us where you started out. Tell us.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
Bronx, New York. Very tough right away. Very tough neighborhood. Very tough. Oh, so how tough? Very tough.
Go on. How tough was it? Don't say very.
Murderous. It was murderous. It was gang wars. It was the Jews against the Irish. Excuse me?
Yeah, but it's okay. We see that's peace treaty
First
stuff going
Irish
on here.
hand I've shook since I was 3 years old.
There you go. Did you enjoy it? It was nice.
It was difficult.
Yeah, it was.
It was difficult.
So, how did you get into the stage? How did you get in? Tell us about some of the fun stuff that you've done on stage. I believe you play
On stage?
on stage, off stage, around the stage, after the stage.
First stage, I started playing music when I was 4. I started writing music when I was 4. I started out as a musician. I didn't know I was funny until I got divorced.
Right.
She didn't think it was funny, but I thought it was hysterical. And so I did music for a long time, and I've got some pretty good credits in music. And then I realized I was funny, and I really wanted to be funny. And I wanted to stop carrying the amps and the microphones and the microphone stands. It's a lot of luggage to be a musician.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't want, and I wanted to, so I started doing comedy, and I bombed in the beginning very badly.
Yeah.
I was working in a delicatessen. I was denying being Jewish at the time, working in a delicatessen. And it was called Matzo Mama's Jewish Jazz Deli in Seattle. That's where I discovered I was funny. And I invented my own religion in Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't remember his name, who said, if you want to make a lot of money, invent a religion. So I invented Zen Judaism.
There was that other guy in
I
Seattle,
forget his
wasn't
name. Buckminster Fuller, very famous guy. He said, invent a religion. And we believe everything is sacred and everything is marketable.
it? Okay. I like it. Where can I sign up? Where can I sign up?
Oh, you can join right now.
Wait, I tell you what, we'll come
Just
back.
buy the book. I have the book right with me.
We'll,
The book is
you know, I'm
called
not surprised.
The book is called The Complete Book of Everything, Part 1.
Is everything in it?
Everything is in Part
Everything-
1. I'm
everything-
waiting for Part 2.
Everything is in it. Now, I'm just going to go back to your music a little bit.
Yeah,
You're on an album with a quite famous band,
Lincoln Park.
Linkin Park.
Yeah, I recorded at Lincoln Park. It's a very big deal. I played Japanese shakuhachi flute on Lincoln Park.
Whoa, the hook,
Shakuhachi. The
Shakuhachi.
Japanese, I studied with a master for 10 years, Hodo Yamaguchi Sensei.
Right.
And
Try saying that after a
he
few
was,
bottles of
he
sake.
was a great, very famous
Okay.
shakuhachi. My flute is 132 years old. It was my teacher's teacher flute.
Wow.
And that's what I recorded with on Lincoln Park.
You were on Linkin Park with
Yeah.
that. That is fantastic.
I'm very famous in Cuba. It's a long story.
I really wish. I'm just looking at
It's
the
a long
guys.
story.
Do we have a long story? No, we don't have a
No,
long story.
no.
But we will talk. We definitely talk about that. So, David, what have you got coming up? What have you got? What gigs have you got coming up?
I have a lot of gigs coming up. I do a lot of gigs in prison, and I do a lot of gigs for Narcotics Anonymous, because I am a proud member of Narcotics Anonymous.
Okay.
21 years clean and sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a great thing, and helped me get married. My wife is Cuban, which is Spanish for jealous. I've learned Cubans don't get divorced; they kill you. I've got an 8-year-old. I'm 77 years old. I have an 8-year-old. I had my first kid when I was 69.
That's where you go. I was worried about having my first kid at 40, but
Oh, you
Yeah,
got a long
I'm-
ways to go. Wait.
I'm one of your kids.
Wait.
I'm fine. No, I have my little boy already. Yeah,
Already?
Yeah,
Oh, get another
had him
one.
there.
When you're 60, get another
You
one.
get another one. Wait 20 years between them. Why not? Why not? So gigs coming up. You've got obviously your prison gigs and your.
I am
narcotic gigs
gigged.
and-
I am booked solid. I could use more gigs. Who am I talking to?
One of them
I could use
cameras
more,
straight
I
down
could
there.
use more gigs. Always, there's room. I'll make room. But I'm very booked. It's very successful. I moved here from Los Angeles, and I thought moving to South Carolina would destroy my career.
Obviously not.
It's actually built it like
You-
crazy.
You came on to the biggest talk show here in
It's
Anderson,
I
South
know,
Carolina,
I'm so
on a Monday
grateful.
night.
You could open for me my next gig locally. No airfare.
I don't need to be funny though, do I?
Yes, you have to be funny.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I don't know if I can do that. Well, we'll see.
We'll work
see.
on it.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Right, David, it has been absolutely fantastic having you here with us. We loved your comedy. We loved your stories. We will definitely get you back on again.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, David Zasloff. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Talk to you then. McGee. First off, we want to say thank you very much to all of our guests tonight. We had Brett Cummings, we had David Zasloff, and we had Cody Bunlax. Massive round of applause for them. We're just going to say to you now that as of next week on, we are no longer going to be called Nighttime with Odrin McGee. Oh, there's no. But we are going to be called Nighttime with Odie, because I am Odie and everybody knows me as Odie, and we figured it's a lot easier to just call me Odie. So we will be called Nighttime with Odie. And I've just got a couple of shout outs to make. People have been in contact with us. Actually, before we go any further, we have a $25 gift voucher from the Uptown Lounge, and we're actually going to give it out to one of our audience members here. Who have we got? Who was the Irish? We're going to ask a quick little question, if that's okay. Who was the Irish singer that I was talking about earlier on tonight? Bono. There we go. We got come really quick and get your gift voucher. No, he's not coming up. No, he's going to stay there. We'll give him a round of applause. He said Bono was the Irish musician I was talking about earlier on. Right, couple of shout outs. People from Ireland have been getting in contact with us. People on YouTube have been getting in contact with us. I want to say a massive shout out to Alan Ledwood and his wife Marcella, and his girls Cara, Ella and Angie, and their little boy Shay. I've got the Kellys. I've got Pam and Johnny Kelly, and they're Irish. They've got loads of people with them. They've got Luke and Holly and Shauna and Zara. They've got loads of kids. And I want to say a personal shout out to a very good friend of mine, Mr. Fergal Darcy. He got me into this crazy kind of mad kind of world, and I hope I'm doing you good by what I'm doing. And so all it remains to be saying is thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We will be back next Monday night at 7:30. Like and subscribe to us. If you subscribe to us, as soon as we go live, it's going to pop up on your phone, your tablet, your TV, anything you want to do. And thanks very much to our audience. Thanks very much to all our guests tonight. I've been Odie, and you've been fantastic. Talk to you next week. Good night.
How's it going? My name is Shane Dowler. I, along with Sarah Dowler, own the local Uptown, formerly the Uptown Lounge. We've had it for 14 years, and welcome in. We like to provide a great service, great food. Biggest thing we can give you is that knowing that we care. We're known for our burgers, of course, local burgers, local meat that we patty ourselves. It's going to be Orchard View, local chicken, local bacon, all that comes from Orchard View out of Piedmont. Basically everything we do here is 90% made to order. So yeah, I'm Shane. Look forward to seeing you at the local Uptown.
Fitzgerald with Lockbar Photo. We've been capturing moments through a lens all around the world for the last 25 years. We photograph weddings, graduation, engagement, baptism, senior pictures, birthday shoots, concerts, sporting events, and any other special occasion you want to capture. So if you have any upcoming events in the surrounding areas, please give Lockbar Photo a call, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Hope to click you soon.